Okay, so I'm doing a bit of a doggy update, but I just wanted to show you, I had a couple of ideas on getting Sam another shade house. Anyway, she's convinced me to not spend some money, which wasn't hard, by the way, more money for radios. What she's got here, this is like a polytube thing, which look, it has served her well, I've got to be honest, and it's seems to. Anyway, she just said to me, she said, look, I'm happy, don't change it. And I'm like, okay, but we do have to change it because we've got to go knock some dog kennels over here and get rid of the old dog kennels. So we're going to move it over there, give her some nice fencing, give her an outdoor area that's about 5 times the size of what she's got here. And well, you know what, she said, this works perfect for me, do not spend money. Now, could you think of a better time when we're building this slightly large 30-metre long dog kennel, which is really the subject of this video, to not buy her a new shade house? Well, and I wanted to do it as a surprise, but I started to sort of see that maybe I need to talk to her about it. So we'll move this one in the next few days. We need to, because we've got to actually take all these retainers out, and we've got to redo this fence line here, get rid of all this old fencing, start getting some levels. Just as you'll see, we are dealing with some level problems through here. It's no fun, and this was always a bad place to put this because we've kind of just done a quick retainer wall, thrown it in there. It's been there for about 4 years, and look, look at that, it's still not doing too bad for 4 years old. And it's just poly. What I wanted to buy her is a lot nicer, but who wants to fight with your missus when she's trying to give you more money for your radio fund? Yeah, you got to love her, don't you? Anyway, so we're going to take that out, clean up this whole area. All this here is going to go, as you've heard before, all that fencing stuff there. Going to leave the trees, and we're going to move her shade house over there with some nice fencing. And she assures me, as long as the horses can't get in, she can grow some stuff. So, what are we up to over here? This has really come a long way. It may not look like it on the surface, but there's a lot of fiddly work that's been done here by Dave and Jacko. People underestimate some of the problems you get on a job like this. Keep in mind, at times we're trying to reuse some of the old gates, some of the old bits and pieces to save dollars. And here's a good example. This gate here. Now that will be transformed and re-welded to fit this 1200 sort of section here. That takes time. It's when Dave took this job on, he knew there was a few sort of alterations and bits, but they do take time mucking around trying to get it all into place. As you can see, there's a lot of steel work. There's just so much steel work. Bear in mind, every time you see a bit of steel work, and there's still a fair bit to go, but you've got welds like this here. Now this is, it's sort of Dave's welds. He's a very good welder. Another example of Dave's welds. They're brilliant. They really are. He's a very good welder. But of course, in a lot of spots at the moment, stuff's just tacked, needs to be finished off. So, basically it's get the structure up and, tack your pieces in, make sure it's all sort of square, and then start doing your final welds. Now, of course, these are the doorways that have got between every second panel. Now there's an example down here of how that actually works, and it's a bit of a walk. This really is 30 meters. Next time you go to quote out something, just remember 30 meters, a lot of square meters when you go 30 by 6. Okay, so this is a good example of one of the doors. Now we've brought the hinges out a bit because we need them to be able to come right back over here, so they'll actually clip back to that side there. And have a look here. Have a look at how the hinge works. Beautiful. And the door will lock into that position there, and see how the hinges have been set up to make sure that that'll work. So now these just have bolt latches on them. Now Dave manufactured these doors. These doors were about $400 and something for the frame kit to do. Dave's actually got panels. He's bought all the material and said, look, let me weld them up. We ended up doing 12 doors for $3,400. So, once again, just a saving, just a bit of extra dollars that, you can sort of say, well, beauty. It's just kept the price of this thing down a little bit. This has gone a bit over budget, but that's not Dave's fault. There's some things that just needed to happen. There's no question. And one of the things we appreciate about Dave is just he really does go out of his way to help us. He's done a great job. But as you can see, all those frame kits as you go through there, that was by the way, and just we're a builder's nightmare, because that was an idea that was after David fully quoted and done everything. We said to him, "Oh, someone had an idea about how to enlarge the kennel. We've just got to cut some of the framework out that you've put in there and put another door frame in each one of these." And Dave, he's a happy guy. He's all right. It's just sort of like no big deal. But it is extra work and it's a bit of mucking around. But the finished project is really going to be fabulous. The whole 30-metre side of this, it's enormous. It's you just start to really get how big it is when you're starting to now walk around it. What I'm really loving about this, and Dave and Sam make fun of me, but let me show you this. So this is symmetrical, the exact number of kennels on each side, and then I get my big room in the middle here, which has turned out to be 5 metres by about 5 by something. Geez, it's bigger than I thought actually. I reckon that's got to be 5 by 5. I'm going to pace that out a bit actually. You know what, and don't get me wrong, if it's gone bigger than what we thought, I'm good with that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, a good 5 by 5 metre room there. So this is where we'll do a bit of dog wash, and we'll do a bit of so there'll be water power, refrigeration, all sitting in this room here. So, and we've got a nice window, and what's going to happen on the front here, you'll see in the next few videos I suppose, there'll be between this area here a nice big cream sliding door, which is care of one of our neighbours over in the Kiwa district. That was selling a door, and look, just to give you an idea, a 2.1 by about 2 metre slider, second hand was about $125. So you don't have to go out and spend the $900 to $1,500 depending on what you're going to buy for some of the stuff. If you look around for the materials, you can really save yourself a lot of money, a bit like Dave's done with these doors here. He's come up with an idea that says, well, we could just buy those kits at $450 a piece, but do you want to save $100 a door? And when you go 12 doors, that's $1,200. That's $1,200 that you can put into something else on the project, and that's kind of how you got to think it through. Being careful not to be too stingy. I mean, there's sometimes things that you can do that really just costing you time. By the way, there's my 80-metre slight temporary wire going up to the tower. Then it comes back on a bit of a V shape at the moment. It's not very good, but this is the level of expertise that's gone into getting back on 36 what frequency was it? 3655 45 3645 I think it was, on the Friday night. So yes, that needs to improve, but we'll get back to that. Okay, so that's pretty much how it's all going. A little bit more dirt's come out of this area here, just as a bit of a play. We're just playing around with the fencing idea next. We've got some changes in our heads that might be able to save us a few bucks as well there. But but by the same token, we don't. I mean, I need this to look good across here. We're just not sure. Dave wants to try and save this tree. Sam wants to try and save this tree. I'm not really bothered, but I'm a bit outnumbered there. And still got to switch all this around. That's got to turn around the other direction. I'm going to quickly pull the roof off. As you can see, all the insulation in here is far from something that you want to reuse. I think it's got rat's nest in it. It's not good. Hang on, I'll show you this because it's worth seeing why I got to make an order today. Here you go. Yeah, and see how this is all. It's time. It's just time to go. So we'll have to rip that off, which is a bit of a pain. And once again, all this stuff here, terrible. So I'll order a few more rolls today, and we'll make that look. Oh, that is terrible actually. All right, anyway, but that'll rebuild quite nicely. So we don't have to throw this one away because it's on a concrete base. The Shire is absolutely fine with that, and but it's a good chance to upgrade it and make it look a bit better. Like all this rubbish on the side here, it's not going to hurt to cut our sheets here and run a flashing and basically, this is terrible. As you can see, this is where my antennas are being kept. I don't know if you can see that. I'm just trying to, maybe not. But that's all going to change. All right, well, that's a bit of a where we are at during this coronavirus, COVID-19. Just a reminder to people, we'll be back in action very soon. We're still in action right now over here, but we have closed, unless you've got an emergency, we have closed just for now. Now, we're an essential service, so that means that we don't need to close. The only reason we've closed is we just want a couple of weeks just to get this finished off, and then we are, open for business. Now, what does open for business mean? That means if you have a dog that, your situation's just got serious, and for whatever reason, you need to, whether it's going to hospital, whether you need to, just find a location for your dog for a while, please come and talk to us. This is not all about money. It really isn't. This costs us money, sure, but Sam and I love animals, and we're here to help if we can. So please, excuse me, don't feel that you can't approach us and discuss your situation. Just a little secret: dog kennels don't make money. Not really, not overly. Sometimes you might get a little bit left over, but generally no. It's not a business I would say to get into as a full-time business. I've got 30 other ideas for you if you want a good idea on what to get into in business. But dog kennels is more about if you love animals, this is a great thing to be doing, and we do. So I chose to live in this dump over here because I love doing this business here so much. So, but it's all getting there. It really is, slowly but surely. So, but yeah, please talk to us. We're theoretically closed, as I said, but that's not a definite rule. Let's see how the next 2 or 3 weeks pan out. But if you have an emergency with your dog and you need help, well, ring Sam or myself and have a chat to us. As I said, it's not about money. It's it's about making sure that we all get through this time together. And that saying they've been saying about be kind to each other. Well, couldn't think of a better time to try and be kind to each other because there's too much at stake at the moment. So keep healthy, keep well. Take notice of what the government's saying in regards to the distancing rules, etc., the association rules. Just care for your family and make sure that you're okay. That's what we're doing here. We're a small family, and we love each other dearly. And obviously, the last thing we want to see is anyone get ill. But that goes for our friends and family, interstate, etc. too. All right, all the best, and starting to sound like a public service announcement. This is the Doggie kennel upgrade video number 5, I think. I can't remember now what we've got to, but the next one I reckon is going to be getting pretty close. Well, I probably won't do one until we get the fences up and stuff next, and just show you sort of more of a finished product. But I'm excited. I'm actually excited. All right, all the best. Thanks very much for having a look at our video. We'll keep you updated as to where things are going over the next few months. We will be here. That I assure you. I'm not turning this into a radio room just yet. This bloody great radio room, though. Can you imagine going to Dave Shields and saying, mate, can you just take out all those middle walls and I just want to mount radios? No, I love Dave, but he may kill me. All right, all the best. See you later. Bye.